Welcome to Everyone Has a Story. I'm your host, Marcus Jones, and today we're going to have a great show, just like I try to do every week, same time, same channel. This is my 9th season of Everyone Has a Story, and I'm just absolutely grateful for all the guests that come on my show to share their stories, and also this is a great platform for them to go through the process, you know, of people just trying to get out there, be behind the scenes, seeing how it looks, seeing how it works, you know, educate yourself on everything, you know, that's around you in the business that you're in. I will be posting clips of all my shows. Just go to my YouTube channel, Marcus Jones, and also past episodes of my previous seasons. So tell a family member, a friend, associate, or organization to tune in. And to watch the edited version, I want you to go to your computer web browser, type in CANTV.org, click on schedule, and then channel 21 to see the date and time CANTV comes on. I would also like you to visit my website, marcusjonesstory.com. My Twitter is @IHaveAStory, the number 2 TEL. My Facebook is Marcus Jones, and my Instagram. Today, I am having a sit down with the one and only Shondale. I'm saying that right, Shondale Wilhite?
Yes, Wilhite.
Okay, now, okay. She's an author, a poet, a writer, a speaker. She has been just about all over the U.S. speaking at hundreds of seminars and workshops with her new book, The Reality Behind Illusion, Defeating Giants of Sexual and Domestic Abuse. There you go right there. So you go pick that book up and support this young lady. So without further ado, my viewers, please help me welcome Shondale Wilhite.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Okay. And I just want to give you a special thank you because you came all the way from Texas,
Dallas,
to
Texas.
be on my show. You just don't know how hard my feeling is right now. I'm so emotional right now.
I'm excited to be here.
I'm so grateful and blessed that you're here right now to share your story.
Thank you.
So where did you grow up at?
I grew up, originally, I was born in Terrell, Texas, which is also a small town that Jamie Foxx was born in. But I actually grew up in Dallas, Texas, Pleasant Grove area in Dallas, Texas.
Okay. Do you have a big family?
I don't have a big family. There's just 2 of us, my sister and I, with my mom, and then I have a host of other brothers and sisters.
Okay. We'll get it out. You know, you're going to explain that a little bit more, I guess.
I'll explain that a little bit later.
Okay. So jumping right into that, so how was your upbringing then?
Well, my upbringing was let me say this, normal looks different in everybody's household. And so I was brought up in church, Big Mama and Big Daddy. So the morals and values and everything were instilled within me, but there was also some violence in the household. So that's what I saw a lot of domestic violence. And growing up, I thought that was what I was supposed to do. I thought that's the way relationships were. I thought that was love, being in those type of situations. So when I grew up, that's exactly what happened. I was in domestic violence situations.
Okay, and I know you wrote, you got a lot of, about that in your book. So that's a whole lot to overcome. How did you do that?
It is. It wasn't easy. And basically, I had to think about my children. I had to stop thinking about me and think about my children. I had to more or less change my mind about the kind of lifestyle that I was living, because it was taking me down a really bad road, and I didn't see good coming out of it at all. And being in the relationships that I was in, I actually saw me falling down. And when I say falling down, either being locked up or buried. And that wasn't good. So what I had to do is find a spot that would help me to renew my mind. And the only place that I can do that was at church.
Okay. Let me ask you, when did all these experiences start taking place? When did you all like started to realize or get into it, I should say?
It all started for me as a young girl. I was 11 years old when I first had sex, so very young. Didn't know anything, the first thing about what I was doing. But for me, I thought that was love. I had father, stepfather, but they weren't in the household. So when my mom divorced my stepdad and it was just us, I think that was kind of what I was missing. I was looking for that attention, that love from male, so to say. So I started having sex very young, which took me into promiscuity, having sex with just a lot of different partners, and even to a point to where I felt like I was even violated then, because a lot of older men were taking advantage of me, educators, just neighborhood, guys in the neighborhood, much older than I was. And I was naive, and so they were offering money and things. So at 11, 12 years old.
Let me ask you, did your name start floating around? Did it get back to your family members? And how did...
I don't think it did in that aspect. I know that, of course, you know, being in a neighborhood, people will talk. And I believe that's kind of how the news spread, which is what I had in my mind. And I think that after just experiencing so much of that, and the sex and just the violating of me, period, it just didn't feel good, because I thought that was love. And if that was love, I was like, wow, you know, this is not good. How about I just don't deal with this no more? And so that's when I attempted to take my life. And it was just like, it wasn't an emergency at all. I took some pills, and it was just like I fell asleep. I went into a deep sleep and woke up, and nobody ever knew about it, and I never told anybody until now.
Wow, I mean, just even by you saying that, like, what was going on in your mind when you was going through that?
Well, I think that I was kind of popular in junior high, and a lot of this went on when I was in junior high school. And to just hear some of the rumors would probably be something that I felt like I couldn't handle. So what I did is said, instead of facing all of that, I would just rather leave the world.
Wow. I mean, you know, that's a lot. That is a lot.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, did you seek any help after that, or you just kind of just said, oh, I'm gonna be strong enough and come up out of this by myself. I'm gonna start talking to my family and, you know, stuff
I didn't talk
like
to
that.
anybody about any of the things that I was going through. So it was really kind of tough for me because I was going through it by myself. I had some cousins that, you know, I would talk to about certain things, but I don't think they really understood the extent of what I was dealing with at that time. So it really didn't help me in that aspect. So it was just really hard for me to kind of continue on with life, because even with all of this going on, I got pregnant and I had my first child when I was a senior in high school. So a lot of people thought I was going to drop out of school, but I was just determined that I was going to complete school.
Okay.
And because I knew that I had a child on the way, I didn't know how I was going to take care of my child, but you know, through the grace of God and family, you know, it was made possible.
Okay. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll find out more about Shondale Wilhite and what made her write her book. We'll be back in 1 minute.
International Maverick.
For me, it's about what it represents. You know what I'm saying? Nothing more, nothing less. That's where I'm from. You know what I mean? It's only right. Yo, you don't know what it feel like. Hold up, I'm talking real life. Late nights in the stew, praying this shit gon' take flight. Made a sacrifice, these dreams bigger than you believe. Looking at my seeds, they getting older, they got needs. But look at me, still hoping this music shit bubble. Knowing I can cop me some work and get back on the hustle. But that's trouble, sometimes I think it's worth the risk. My girl hate when I say it, but yet and still I reminisce. But that's the twist, when you trying to make an honest living. Devil on my shoulder, I can hear him whisper propositions. Consequences for my actions when I give a hell. Had to be when I was in the counties trying to make bail. Sitting in that cell like damn how I get healed. When I was just a friend in a whole nother atmosphere. But that's life, ain't it? Take the bitter with the sweet. I'm still inmate V, you niggas know me. I'm different, I live it, you ain't never did it. My brown eyes seen a lot underneath this Cubs fitted. Ambitious and driven, Joe I'm trying to get it. Dreaming of $1 million underneath this fucking Cubs fitted. I'm different, I live it, you ain't never did it. My brown eyes seen a lot underneath this Cubs fitted. Ambitious and driven, Joe I'm trying to get it. Dreaming of $1 million underneath this fucking Cubs fitted. It's a nigga better than Jordan that didn't catch his break. And he don't got the fortune and fame, but is he still great? Was that his fate, or did he drop the ball when he had a chance? Then again, God laughs when a man plans. Dreaming from the stands in the nosebleed section. That's my worst fear, so I study life's lessons. Counting my blessings, even though I'm far from my goals. In the eyes of my kids, gotta be a hero. No ego, I know I'm humble as they come, but at the same time, my nigga, I am second to none. Numero uno, used to to be a duo. Cut that nigga off cause he was playing in his Pause, a nigga wanna be broke, you gotta leave him be. They ain't none of my business, I'm sipping on this green tea. Still MAV, they know how I'm rocking, ain't shit changed. I'm trying to keep some dollars in my pocket. I'm different, I live it, you ain't never did it. My brown eyes seen a lot underneath this Cubs fitted. Ambitious and driven, Joe, I'm trying to get it. Dreaming of $1 million underneath this fucking Cubs fitted. I'm different, I live it, you ain't never did it. My brown eyes seen a lot underneath this Cubs fitted. Ambitious and driven, Joe, I'm trying to get it. Dreaming of $1 million underneath this fucking Cubs fitted. I used to want a gold chain and a pair of Jordan 4s. These days I want more, yeah, that's what I'm coming for. If you ain't trying to score, then what's the sense of playing the game? If you ain't got the drive, my nigga, then stay in your lane. The pictures I paint, know I'm making Jean-Michel proud. The artful dodger, know you see my Basquiat crown. I done been down, came up, lost it all again. Hustle don't mean shit if you ain't got the heart to win. I'ma be up again, my spirit say I can't lose. Don't make mistakes twice, know they watching how I move. Praying on my downfall, flip-flop, round off. Always land on my feet, it's like I got cat paws off. Jack Frost, I'm the North Pole guy. A lot of niggas be spitting, but they ain't fucking with moi. And now I'm merchant on my granny grave. I ain't never been afraid. Flow like water, can't brush me off, you gon' catch the wave.
Things happen today, and they were all great, and they were all thrilling, and they were all dramatic. Too bad we couldn't have had a victory that meant a pennant, but that will come. Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
Cubs fitted.
We're back here on Everyone Has a Story. I'm your host, Marcus Jones, and I'm here with my special guest, Shondale Wilhite, a beautiful person, as you all are becoming to know. And let me ask you, what made you want to write a book?
You know, that's funny that you asked that question because I'm not a reader. And for me to write a book was something that was far beyond me. But I was at a point in life where I just felt like, man, it's just got to be more than just going to work, going home and paying bills. And I needed something else to make me feel as though I had a purpose. And I just started talking about it, and really what happened, I was mad at a particular guy, and I was gonna write a totally different book.
Okay.
But
That
after,
book's still gonna come out though, right?
I don't know about that one.
Okay,
Not
okay.
that one.
Okay.
But I went to a book seminar, and it totally changed my life. And basically, it was for a weekend, and at the end of that weekend, God put this book in me so that I can share with other women and young girls about my experience, my healing with domestic and sexual abuse, because it's so widespread. Every 9 seconds that there's a female, a woman, that is encountering domestic violence. So the fact that it was so generational for me, my mom was abused. I experienced the abuse. I saw the abuse in loved ones near and dear to me. So it was generational, and I just said, you know what? I gotta do something in order to break this curse. And that's just what I did. I just told my story.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, you know, I hear a lot, you know, well, a lot's been going on with the Me Too movement.
Yes.
You know, actresses and women and all over the world just coming out, sharing their stories up. But tell me a little bit about your thoughts on the Me Too movement.
Well, for me, I think that because now women are coming out and being heard is a good thing, because there's so many of women that encounter sexual harassment on a daily basis.
Oh man,
A daily basis. And the fact that it's unwanted is what really is makes it bad, because you don't want that from a particular person, and you just keep, and so you don't really know what to do. And women stay silent because they always remain the victim. And so that's why a lot of the stuff goes unreported. But I think that now, with everybody coming out and actually being heard and seeing how many of these men of power, so to say, are manipulating these women and, you know, doing things against these women's will, I think it's a really good thing.
Yeah, I do think that. I do think that it's a great thing. You know, women, I've seen it. You know, they get it bad.
Yes.
They get it bad.
Absolutely.
You know, they get it bad. But I'm glad y'all come out with that Me Too movement. I'm glad that you're standing up, sharing your story to so many people. And I've been following you on the Facebook Live and
Yes.
everything. You are everywhere.
Yes.
You are doing radio shows. And what's the ultimate goal for you in your writing, in your mission, I should say?
The ultimate goal is basically to just continue to bring awareness, because of the fact I went through what I went through, I say pretty much on my own. And a lot of women just don't know about the resources that are out here that can help them, that actually want to get out of these relationships. And they don't have to stay there and be controlled and be manipulated. They can actually change their mind about the way they want their lives to continue, and they can do things that they want to do. And my goal is to empower them to be able to do that.
Great business. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we're going to wrap things up. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Marcus Jones says he's headed in the right direction today. That's much different than where he was headed 2 decades ago.
It was good because you got the money for the right there. You get the money, and as the customers come, and the money piled up in your pockets.
That was when Jones was just 16 years old. He was already a member of a known gang. By the time he was 24, Jones attempted to rob another gang member.
As I was exiting the home, I got shot, and didn't even know I had got shot, and tried to get back up, and I couldn't.
Jones has been in a wheelchair ever since. He wrote a book titled, "Everyone Has a Story. This is Mine." He hopes that his mistakes can wake up others.
You always think that it could never happen to you until it happens.
Jones educates people in his own uptown neighborhood, but he also works with other schools and students in other communities, and that puts some parents' minds at ease.
I look at Marcus and I think, and I thank God, my son could have been in that wheelchair.
He also encourages everyone to stay away from the drugs he once sold.
He said, Steve, when they say they want to give you a free high, they don't tell you about the low-down consequences of accepting that free high.
Jones's book was published in January. In just 2 short decades, he went from selling drugs to selling books and selling hope.
We're back with Everyone Has a Story. My guest, Shondale Wilhite. She's an outstanding woman who's overcame so many insurmountable obstacles. But now today she's shining like a diamond. Boy,
Yes, sir.
And that smile. Let the viewers know what are some of the things you're working on right now.
Right now, I have a author expo that's coming up in April, and that's going to be in New York.
Okay.
So I get a chance to go out there and present the book. I get to talk about it for a little bit and also just learn more about writing. So there'll be some classes, some seminars and things like that going on. So when I get ready to publish my new book,
That's right.
it'll flow a lot easier than this one did.
Oh.
And also I have a speaking engagement at the end of this month for an event called Girls Code Unleashed, and it's a domestic violence event, and I'll be the keynote speaker there.
Oh, great
in Dallas,
business, great
Texas,
business.
at Bob Knight Fieldhouse, March the 31st from 12 to 3.
Great.
Yeah.
And I love this book because you talk about, so you cover it all. This is a really your book type of
Yes.
thing, your thing. And I encourage people to, to tell their stories, put it in a book, and just be themselves and let it all, because it's once you release all those toxins and
Yes.
that energy, that wasteful energy,
Yes.
you just feel so much better.
So much better.
But now this is your first book.
It's my first book.
And I'm sure plenty more. A whole library is coming behind this.
I have something else inside that I do want to come forward.
Okay. Let me ask you that, and to getting back to why I love the book so much is because you got a little bit of everything in here.
Yes.
Your life. You got poetry in here.
Yes.
You got some scriptures from the Bible in here.
Yes.
You got a whole bunch of life lessons that I'm sure that every young lady, young teenager,
Yes.
female should get this book. To
Yes.
to learn these life lessons, because there's some great ones in here.
Yes. Thank you.
You talk about how you were mentally abused and how you were you attempted to kill yourself. I
Yes.
mean, it's just so much. And I also want to encourage you, when you get back to Texas, to see about getting it into the library system.
I'll do that. I'll
Definitely,
definitely do that.
definitely, because
I need to look
my
into
book
that.
is in the library system,
Okay.
and so it just gives so many people the knowledge.
Yes.
Because we always like monetary stuff, but it always should come from the heart.
Should come from the heart.
Because
and-
what comes from the heart should reach another heart.
Absolutely, and that's the whole purpose of the book itself.
So let everybody know your social media.
Social media is on Instagram at Shondale Wilhite, and on Facebook is Shine.
Okay.
SHONSHINE Wilhite.
Okay.
Yes.
Ever think about starting up a blog?
I have thought about that. I
Okay.
have thought about it.
Okay.
So we'll see.
We'll see. Hey, there's so many things to do in this world, and stay positive and
is.
focused and productive.
Yes, it
so,
is.
I'm definitely happy that you are a guest on my show, and hope to maybe come back after all your other endeavors come about. Have you back on the show. Give
I would
us an
love
update.
to. I
Or
would
you can
love to.
call in, because I know they're traveling sometimes.
Yeah, I can do
from
that
state
too.
to state. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Just an
Shondale.
opportunity great opportunity to be here. I appreciate you inviting me as your guest.
Thank you. And I also want to give a shout out to, oh my God, she is Nicola Davis. Nicola.
What is Nicola's last name?
Oh my God, she's gonna kill me for this. But she
I
know
don't
who
know
I'm talking
Nicola's
about.
last name. She
know
know
who
who
I'm
she
talking
is.
about.
Hey, Nicola.
Give a shout out to Nicola for actually referring you to me to be a
Yes.
guest on my show.
Yes.
Well, it's that time. We have come to the end of the show. But I had a great time today. I want to thank my guest for all the work she's doing and helping people all over the world into coming. Until next time, everyone has a story.